Okay, hey again, everyone. It has been a long while since I did this, and I am sorry for that. I've been a little lost lately, and I didn't think it would get me this bad, but sometimes I forget that I'm human and shit happens. I also keep forgetting that this podcast does not have to be like anything else on the internet. And I'm not trying to say that in a really original way. I just mean that it doesn't have to be formatted like this is a professional thing, you know? I can say what I want on here. I can do what I want on here. And I forget that sometimes this can be like my personal online diary. So with that in mind, I am recording this episode today. So like I said, I've been feeling lost lately. I released my intro episode on June 24th. That was almost 2 months ago. It'll be 2 months next week. And I wasn't expecting to be gone for so long. My dad came back from, I don't want to say vacation. It's not a vacation. He goes every year for like half the year to India to take care of some stuff, some family, shit like that. But he came back again and he got sick this time with a blood infection. So we were kind of worried about him. He's never had to go to the hospital before. At least I don't think he has. My memory's so bad. Anyway, he got sick. So we were taking care of him for a little while. And then my cousins were going to California. And I was trying to decide whether or not I was going to go on that trip. And then I decided to go, and then I was planning to go on the trip and preparing and all that stuff, which took so much time. And then I went to California and came back, and that was like 4 days ago. And now we're home again. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really know exactly how a month and a half, 2 months had flown by so fast, but here we are. And again, I'm sorry that I did not upload like I said I would. But then again, I did want to go in my own pace, so it makes sense that I'm back here 2 months later. But yeah, I've been feeling lost lately. I've been feeling like I don't know what to talk about in my episodes. I have ideas. I don't know what to talk about in my episodes. I really want to structure it so that it's professional and that it sounds cool and I sound like I know what I'm talking about, But it's really hard for me to organize my thoughts in that way, especially because I'm new to the whole podcasting gig. It's really hard to like sit down and focus and be like, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about in this episode and like structure all the points. Sometimes I don't even have the energy for that. Most times I sit in front of the fucking mic if I feel like it, or I don't do anything podcast related. I don't know. It's weird. As I said, I did go to California a couple days ago. Before that, I did print out some of my business cards, my first set, which I was a little nervous to do, but it actually came out kind of cool. I have some changes I need to make, but that happens with any creative endeavor. There are always things to be improved on. But I did make those, print those out. I got those, and I kind of left some in California somewhere. They're probably all thrown out. I should have probably asked whoever was in charge if I could put the cards down, but I was really uncomfortable at the time making my whole podcasting ordeal like known to people and having it being associated with my face and my voice and my name, because I don't know, I was feeling really ashamed about it, especially because it's been 2 months since I actually did something. And by did something, I mean publish something. I mean, I know I've been doing some sort of behind the scenes work, but I don't know. I feel like if people don't see my work, then I guess I'm not really making any progress. I don't know. It's something to work on, but that's just how I've been feeling lately. So I was really uncomfortable and ashamed at having to ask to put my business cards down because, if it flopped, I felt like people would look at me weirdly, or like, if someone actually listened to the podcast episode or the intro at least, they would have been like, oh my God, this is fucking weird, or this is lame, or I don't know. My self-esteem was not the greatest in California. It could have been a lot worse, but it was not the highest. Anyway. So yeah, I've been avoiding making this podcast because I want to structure things in a certain way. And I feel like most times when I sit down to record on the mic, I don't know what I'm saying. My brain goes one way and I go another. And it's just like there's nothing to say when I sit down. It makes me feel kind of sad. So I guess maybe I was subconsciously just averting that because I didn't want to feel like a failure. Don't want to feel like something I really wanted to do and have, be successful, I guess, fail and flop and, kind of be an embarrassment on my name. I don't know. I was worrying a lot about what other people were thinking over the last couple of days. Over the last 2 months, my whole life, pretty much. It's just that, before my dad came back, I thought I was doing pretty well in my healing journey. Again, I mean, it happened last year. It's happening again this year. It's really just a cycle at this point, but I don't know, I was aware of it this time. So I thought, okay, before he comes back, I should do things that, make me feel like I have made progress. And part of that was making the intro episode to Grayscale. And then unexpectedly he got sick. So then I was dealing with a lot of guilt and a lot of shame. And I was worried, like, what if it's more than a blood infection? What if something is spread? What if he is terminally ill and, these are his last days and I never get to spend it with them, And then I pushed off podcast work again. And then I felt obligations toward my sister, I don't know. It's a lot. And California was a lot. I guess it's just going to be what has been happening in my life for the last 2 months. Sure. Fuck it. I was going to talk about me being lost, but I guess it'll tie in at some point. So yeah, I went to Cali with my cousins. It's been a really long time since we hung out all together. And I actually kind of enjoyed it. I mean, when I was there, I was stressed and I was drained. Oh my God. We were supposed to leave on the 4th and, we got there right to the airport. Everything was totally fine. We packed, everything was swell. But the fucking thing is that because we left like 20 minutes late, it wasn't me this time, actually. I actually fucking woke up early for once. And if anyone knows me, which they don't because my alias is Nakara on here, but I should just make it known. Nakara is usually late to places. I'm usually late, especially with my family. Oh my God, we are never going to get there on time. If it's like colored person time, pretty much. So yeah, we were fucking late and we were literally like right in we just cleared security or like the bag check or whatever. And we ran to the fucking gate and like we were late. They fucking closed the doors 20 minutes ago and we were 20 minutes late and we'd have made that flight had we just been a little bit early. So we missed our first flight and then we had to fucking wait like 4 or 5 hours for another one. And then there was like weather fucking troubles. So like we didn't get on the plane till like 8 o'clock. Actually, I should start over. The flight was at 10:25 a.m. We were 20 minutes late to board the plane. And then we waited for 5 hours. And then because of weather delays, we ended up getting on the plane at 8 p.m. And so we reached in Cali. What time was it? I want to say if it's like a 5 hour thing, 1 o'clock here is what, 10 o'clock there? I think it was 10 o'clock in, no, it's not Central. It's Western time? Whatever the fuck Cali goes on. It was 3 hours back from Eastern time. So I think it was around 10 o'clock. And, we weren't supposed to, so we landed in San Francisco, but we were originally supposed to be going to LA. So we had to fucking wait for a layover flight. Is that what they call it? We had to wait for another flight from San Fran to LA. And apparently everything fucking shuts down at like 11 or like midnight in Cali. So we couldn't get another flight until 7 in the morning. And my aunt and uncle were like, this will be fun. Let's sleep in the airport overnight. So we did that. And it was basically like 27, maybe plus hours of us being at an airport. And so then we got to the hotel and I was fucking exhausted. And I don't know, a lot of those like situations like really drain the fuck out of me, especially because like I haven't seen my cousins in a while, and because I have this thing where I'm not really comfortable around people unless like I've been around them a lot, and because, you know, they're my cousins, they're family, so I haven't been around them a lot, but because they don't live with us or like near us and they haven't been by in a while, so like that kind of like closeness or that comfortability has like kind of faded away. I'm sorry, I said kind of like 5 million times in that. But yeah, I felt like I had to, you know, build up this persona in front of them. So I was drained from that, and the flight was long, and I didn't eat anything all fucking day because I expected to be in Cali like fucking forever ago. So I did not eat anything all day. I had like maybe one wrap, one sandwich. And then I had some fucking artichokes for dinner on the fucking plane, like from their little snack box or whatever. It was crazy. So I was tired as fuck from that. And, you know, I don't know. Sometimes airplanes can be scary. Like, you know, what if I fucking die on one? You know, shit like that. And then also, like, worrying about, like, whether or not I should go to Cali. Because it felt like a big decision. I don't know. I'm also really shitty at making decisions. I don't want to, like, out myself or, like, jinx myself in a way where, like, I always make bad decisions. But, like, it's really hard for me to make decisions. I feel like it's always, like, an all or nothing, black and white, life or death type of thing. So every time I make a choice, I always feel like this overwhelming guilt that the choice that I made is the wrong one. And that just sits with me for a while. So all of that was, like, really fucking draining. And that carried on for 10 days. You know, it got better, I think, after like the first day or two, because I like cried it out. Like I took some time to myself, but after that it was like, you know, nonstop trying to do something every day in Cali so that we don't waste our vacation time or all the money that we fucking poured into this trip. And I don't know, my family's always been a fucking handful to deal with. So that was stress and pressure. And I don't know, a lot of times I did want to go home. Even when I was there, I was like, wow, like this is stressful. This is so frustrating. Like I could have just sat home. I could have fucking focused on my podcast, on my, you know, trying to learn how to draw and, you know, making music, which is, you know, those are things I do, guys. I'm actually, not to like spoil anything, but I'm trying to release a song soon. It's just an instrumental because I am not too confident on my vocals just yet, but I don't know, nonetheless I'm really proud of it. I composed it. I can't really say that I made it because I only fucking use loops. I don't really have that much musical ability, I guess, but I don't know, I like the song, and even though I didn't make it from scratch, I still think it's worth listening to. So anyway, that was a separate conversation. But anyway, so I was really drained from that. And I know a lot of the stuff on the trip I was thinking about was like, you know, the shame that I felt towards myself and like wanting to make this podcast. But like, should I have one? Because I'm not working hard enough for one. You know, I have all these dreams and these plans and these things that I want to do, but I'm not putting time into them. And understandably, like, clear-headedly thinking about it now and saying stuff out loud, like, you know, I was on fucking vacation. Like, it's okay if I took a 10-day break and I didn't think about all those things. But I don't know why. I just felt like I was wasting my time. I was squandering my opportunity, and like I didn't deserve to have good things because I wasn't actively working for them every fucking second of the day. And all that made me feel really bad about myself. And I don't know, the trip was fun, but it was, like I said, stressful a little bit. And then I came home and I was like, wow, it fucking ended. I didn't even know where 10 days went. I could have sworn we were fucking at the beginning of the trip waiting in the airport to fucking finally get to a hotel room after literally not catching a flight for hours, to somehow coming all the way back home. And I didn't understand like what happened, you know? And it was sad. It was sad to me because I missed it. I missed the trip. I missed Cali. I missed hanging with my family. And I didn't realize that I missed that until it was over. You know? Despite some of the arguments I may have had and the uncomfortability I might have felt and the lack of self-esteem or the lowering of my self-esteem, it was fun to be there. I had a really good time. I saw beautiful Cali views. I enjoyed the beautiful weather. I got to walk around, you know, have food in Cali. I went to a fucking Dodgers game. That was my first ever MLB Dodger, fuck. It was my first MLB Dodgers game, but it was also my first MLB game. And I was really happy that it worked out that way. And it was fun. And I don't know. I guess I wish it was longer. I guess I didn't realize how much I'd miss it when it was gone. And, I've been trying a lot lately to not hold on to things so much that I have to know when the end is going to be. But it just kind of took me aback. Like, one minute I was in Cali, and the next minute I was home again. And I missed laughing with my cousins in our rented van. And I missed dancing along to the horribly played songs on the aux with my aunt and joking around with my sister and giving my uncle hell. I didn't know it was going to end so fast and that I'd be alone in my room again. Sometimes I forget that I actually like people or that I can like people because I'm so used to just putting up walls and wanting to keep people out because it's easier that way. It's hard having to lose people or let them go, having to let things come to an end. I think it hurts more because I don't know when that'll happen again. Not just the when I'll laugh with someone, when will I have fun with someone, when will I get to see somewhere I've never been before part. But I don't even know when I'll get to laugh with them again in the way that we did. I don't know when I'll get to spend time with all of them the way that we did again. I don't know, I guess some part of me feels like it's going to be a really long time, which is why it hurts more. And it makes me sad. So, I don't know. I came home, like I said, like 4 days ago. And then, I don't know, I've been in my room because when I get like really drained of energy and I need to think things through, it's easier for me to do that when I'm by myself because then I don't feel like there are so many eyes on me or judgment, being passed around or whatever. So I was trying to do that. And I was figuring out there are still some other things that are bothering me. It's hard to let go of the past. It really is hard to let go of what's been done. It's hard knowing that you can't go back to certain things or certain places in time again. That what you felt is what you felt. And we have to keep moving forward. Today, on a Thursday, I went out for the first time by myself in a couple of days. And it was fun. I wanted to, do some retail therapy, feel good about myself. I dressed up. I felt really good about myself. It was nice. I had fun. But where I live, I happened to run into somebody that I used to go to high school with. And every time I do, it makes me sad. Because even if I wasn't friends with that person in high school, I still knew who they were. And I don't know, they were part of my graduating class, I had classes with them. I sat across from them. I sat near them. I sat next to them. Sometimes they would ask me for homework help, or we would share one single line of conversation, or maybe laugh at the same joke a teacher made. So when I see them in the same store as me, and we make eye contact, and they look away as quickly as they possibly can, it makes me feel sad. Because I know we weren't maybe friends, or we're not friends now. But it makes me sad to make strangers out of people I once knew. Makes me sad that we don't even say hello anymore. And then I felt lost again. I felt like I wanted to leave home. That I was so tired of seeing familiar faces and realizing who I'd lost and who I'd never gain again. Remembering that high school was so long ago and I can never return. It's been done and I can't go back. I And I just didn't know what to do. Because I don't have the means right now to go off and live somewhere new. I'm unemployed. Most of the time I'm depressed. My work ethic is scrambled. I don't ever feel like doing anything unless I absolutely have to. I don't even know what I want anymore. My passions, my drive, my ambition, it all feels lost somewhere. And so why work a 9 to 5 when I don't even know what I'm working towards? Sometimes I have a vague idea. Like, okay, I want a new car. I want an apartment. I want to go travel the world. But sometimes I feel like I always do things just to show other people that I'm happy, that I'm living my life, that I'm doing something with it, that I'm not fucking stupid or worthless. Sometimes I feel like I can't even like a simple brand, a t-shirt, a coffee. Because everything feels like I just have to rub it in someone else's face to feel better about myself. Or like I need to do it for validation or approval. People need to see that I made it, that I wasn't some fucking stupid college dropout, that I'm not some worthless fucking piece of shit on planet Earth. The girl with no friends. The girl who doesn't even know her own family most days. The girl who sits in her room and doesn't even make a podcast. Sometimes I feel like I can't be happy unless other people see me happy. Or like, I don't want to see anyone happy because it makes me feel miserable. I always feel bad for having these thoughts because I don't want people to feel sad. I don't want to feel sad either, but sometimes I feel that way. Sometimes I feel like I'm cursed, that no one was ever meant to be in my life, and that's why I'm all alone. And why do other people get to be happy and I have to be sad? And I felt lost. Do I commit to the bad guy role, to the bad guy character? Do I commit to the bad guy character? Or do I let it go? After all the pain and the heartache that I felt over the last few years, that has been so hard to let go of because it's hard to trust people again. People I thought that wouldn't leave did leave again and again. So it just feels safer to hold on to the old and the past. Because why believe good things are going to come back again when they could just as easily leave? Sometimes I guess I wish people would just stay gone. That I wouldn't believe there's a chance they could come back. That I would just get my shit together and go on with it. And stop believing that people might return to me, might rescue me. It makes me hate people again. Makes me feel like I can't do anything good enough to be loved by people. That it'd just be better to be better in silence and left alone than to try again. I know I'm lost now and I'll be found again. It's just hard, I guess. It's hard knowing that I try, but somehow it's not good enough to be where I want to be. It's hard understanding that right now. I guess I just have to be alone and I have to live with it. That I have to let go whether I like it or not. And until I don't, this is where I'll be. So, yeah, I guess that's all for this week. I'll look into my mind, a little vent session. Sorry if the quality of the audio is terrible. My fan's running in the fucking background, and I hate it when it's too hot in my room, so I made you all suffer. I'm so sorry. Also, I hope I wasn't too close to the mic. I don't really know. I'm still trying to figure this shit out. I'm sorry. I really do want to be better at this. And if you don't want to hear my boring, dramatic, fucking depressing story, that's cool. You can just skip this one. Maybe soon enough I'll make a decent, composed grayscale episode. But for now, this is it. Please stay hydrated. Be kind to yourself. It's hard out here. We're all trying our best, and sometimes, we feel feelings that we're afraid of or ashamed of. And sometimes we feel lost, and sometimes we feel lonely. It's hard out here. Just do the best that you can, I guess. I guess we'll figure it out one day. All right, everyone. That's all from me today. Don't just feel blue. Don't just feel gray. Remember, there's a whole world of color out there to experience. And you are a star on every spectrum. Until the next one.